Hello and welcome back to Storytime with Little Bulldogs with Diane Adams. Tonight she will be reading her book, I Want to Help, illustrated by Nancy Hayashi, followed by Mrs. Biddlebox by Linda Smith and illustrated by Marla Frazee. Thank you so much for being here, Diane. Take it away.
As always, thank you, Tracy. It's fun to be here. So I'm reading my book first, I Want to Help. And I wrote it about a little girl who really wants to help her teacher, but sometimes she gets in the way. So here's the start of I Want to Help. She's very brave and very smart. Emily Pearl is a very smart girl. Do you see the little tarantula on her shoulder? Oh my goodness. She can count to 14. She can write her own name. She can tell what is different and what is the same. She can do hokey pokey and jump in the air. I bet you girls know the hokey pokey. You put your right arm in, you put your right arm out. She can hop to the carpet and find her own square. And whenever Miss Glenn sighs, oh my, to herself, Emily says, oh, I want to help. Emily Pearl is a very strong girl. She can wallop the baseball and score a home run. She can leap high in dodgeball and be the best one. I remember dodgeball from when I was little. She can race all the boys and be first past the line. They don't look so happy that she's winning. She's fast. She can swing on the monkey bars 2 at a time. And whenever Miss Glenn sighs, oh my, to herself, Emily Pearl says, oh, I want to help. Emily Pearl is a very big girl. She can wash her own paint can and put it away. You can see she's a little messy, huh? Look at all that water falling down. She can pass out the snacks on Miss Glenn's silver tray. She can clean up the blocks that have crashed to the ground. She's restacking them. She can stack all the books that are scattered around. Emily Pearl is a very brave girl. She can give the tarantula water and bugs. I'm not sure I'd be brave enough to feed a tarantula. She can let out the rabbit and clean up the rug. Oops. Oops, the bunny made a little mistake. She can shoo away critters that come to the door and capture the crickets that hop on the floor. But at 1:55, when her dad isn't there, Emily feels, just a little bit scared. Then Miss Glenn says, I need you. I have so much to do. Can you lend me a hand for a minute or two? And when Emily's dad finally comes down the hall, Emily Pearl isn't frightened, not frightened at all. Sorry, says Dad, I left you here by yourself. Don't worry, Dad. Miss Glenn needed my help. Boy, I wish I had a teacher like Miss Glenn. She seems really nice. Now I'm going to read you Mrs. Biddlebox. Mrs. Biddlebox is written by Linda Hunt and illustrated by Marla Frazee. She has a really bad day. I don't know if you ever wake up and you're cranky. I bet you never wake up cranky. But Mrs. Biddlebox wakes up one morning and the day isn't going her way. On a naughty little hill and a dreary little funk, Mrs. Biddlebox rolled over on the wrong side of her bunk. Look at her hair. The illustrator, Marla Frazee, has hair just like Mrs. Biddlebox. The birds gave her a headache. There were creakies in her chair. A breeze blew dank and dreary and mussied up her hair. And look at the little goose that follows her everywhere. I think he's on every page. So she slammed the door one morning and sat thinking what to do. Her tea was dark and bitter and her crumpets hard to chew. With her belly full of grumblies and her hands upon her hips, an idea burst inside her and whizzled from her lips. How do you think she's going to make this day better? I will cook this rotten morning. I will turn it into cake. I will fire up my oven. I will set this day to bake. Doesn't cooking make you feel better, you guys? Mrs. Biddlebox got busy. She grabbed a pot and broom. She tromped out into morning to gather up the gloom. I think she's going to bake that. She snatched a patch of grubby lawn. She scuffled with the dirt. She plucked a filthy shadow from the folds of her old skirt. Look at her goose watching her. When the fog gave her the whiffle, she held her broomstick steady, stabbed the dreary lot of it, and twirled it like spaghetti. Have you ever had spaghetti? You can twirl it on your fork and your spoon. Mrs. Biddlebox reached up and she hooked a ray of sun, then yanked it like a ball of yarn until it came undone. Oh my! She rolled the sky like carpeting. The birdies flew away. Do you see all the birdies flying away? Now the pot was overflowing with that despicable bad day. Can you say despicable? Despicable. Yeah, it means not good. If you're having a bad day, you can say this is a despicable day. So she whipped and whisked and beat it. She rolled the day out flat. Mrs. Biddlebox laughed gleefully. Her hands went pat, pat, pat. Let's see if I can get her up high enough. See her playing with the dough. When the dough was finally finished, when it rose up fat and light, she stomped it down into a tin with witchetty delight. And oh, the day baked merrily, and oh, the spicy heat. Mrs. Biddlebox could not deny it was turning out quite sweet. Maybe after this is over, you could dance like this. Not right now, because I'm not done yet. But maybe you could dance like that around the room. Oh. She poured a cup of lovely tea. She set a pretty plate. She cut a merry slice of cake and ate and ate and ate. Look at her tummy. Look at how her tummy was small at the start. And boy, did she eat a lot. And she looks really happy now. Now, with her belly full of crumblies and her nighty cap pulled tight, she threw the door wide open and welcomed in the night. Isn't that pretty? On a naughty little hill, in a cozy little heap, Mrs. Biddlebox rolled over, closed her eyes, and what do you think she did? You got it! I can read your lips! And went to sleep. Isn't that a fun, pretty story? So thank you for tuning in. It's been so fun seeing you guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks so much. Good to see you, Anne, and your grandkids. And thank you, Tracy and Sonia. And we will talk to you all soon.
Thank you. Thank you so, so much, Diane. We will be streaming this next week on Facebook Live, and I'll send you all the link. Thank you again so much for coming, and have a wonderful night.
Thanks, Tracy.